In this session of the SpaceClaim software training, we will move on to learning assembly in SpaceClaim, which can be very useful for modeling complex geometries. And learning it can greatly help us in working with our own geometries. To begin, I will start with these two simple geometries so that you can learn the basic concepts of the assembly environment. In this geometry, the diameter of these two cylinders is the same, and they can fit inside one another. To explain the commands in this environment, I will start with the Orient command. As you can see here, these two geometries are not aligned and have an angle relative to each other. What the Orient command does is that by selecting two faces, it makes their directions the same and aligns them with each other. The align command in the assembly environment of SpaceClaim is used to accurately align and position two geometries relative to each other. With this command, we can, for example, align the axes of two cylinders, match the edges of two parts, or bring two faces into alignment so that the parts are placed correctly with respect to one another. As you saw, most of the time, we cannot apply all the desired changes with just one use of this command. And sometimes, like in this case, we have to run the command twice. The tangent command in the assembly environment is used when we want two geometries to touch each other along a single line or point while being tangent at that contact. For example, the contact between a cylinder and a plane, or a circle and an arc. By using this command, the software moves the parts so that they remain in contact without any angle between them, and their surfaces become tangent to each other. The align command, depending on the position of your geometry, applies the necessary constraints to align the geometries with each other. And for this reason, you may sometimes need to use different aligns to reach the final result. Remember that if an align is not applied, do not run the same align again. Instead, try different approaches. I will assemble these two shapes again using a new method so that you keep in mind that there are various ways to assemble objects together. After completing the assembly of this simple geometry, we will move on to assembling a much more complex geometry. We want to assemble the geometry of this old cannon. The different parts of this geometry have already been modeled, and in this tutorial, we only intend to assemble them. You can download the unassembled geometry file of this model from our website and follow along with us as we assemble it. Using the move command, I move the different parts of the geometry closer to each other so that I have a better view and can do my work more easily. In the assembled geometry, these two parts are parallel and aligned with each other. And before applying the assembly changes, I first need to align these two parts using the Orient command. Now I will use the Move command and apply the remaining necessary orientation changes. As you saw, when we rotate one of these geometries, the other one rotates at the same time. The reason is that we have applied the Orient command to these two faces. From the Structure panel, we first deactivate this constraint, and then we can rotate it by the desired amount using the Move command. Once again, I activate the Orient command for these two geometries to make sure that the intended faces are exactly aligned with each other. To ensure that, in addition to being aligned, these faces are positioned exactly in line with each other and are not shifted forward or backward, I use the Align command for these faces. Now, as you saw earlier in the image, I need to fit these two cylinders into these two holes. To do this, I use the Align command. Since the wheels of the cannon will be placed on the outer side of these cylindrical rods, I'm going to manually move these rods using the Move command so that they protrude from the geometry, and then I can fit the wheels onto that protruding section. But the problem we have is that the distance between these two bodies is greater than the length of this rod, so I need to move these two side parts and bring them closer to each other. Now I go on to align the second rod with the rear hole. After applying the Align command, I see that my previous distances have changed because the gaps we create with the Move command do not have priority for the software. The Align command takes priority, and Move is treated as a temporary displacement. So here, I will again first try to align the second rod inside the hole and then adjust the side gap afterward. When I start using the Move command, you will see that this body moves easily, and we can move it to any desired distance. However, when we move on to the other body, it does not move at all. The reason is that the holes inside it have been aligned with the rods, so they move together. This is exactly why I mentioned that the software gives priority to the align constraint in order to preserve that relationship. To solve this problem, we go to the Structure tab, find the align relation between these two, and deactivate or delete it. I now proceed to align the wheels of this cannon. First, I apply the command between the outer cross-section of the rod and the inner cross-section of the wheel. Then, with a second align between the faces of the wheel and the side body of the cannon, I complete the assembly of this wheel. I repeat this process for the other three wheels as well. At this stage, I intend to align the upper rod with this hole. Before that, I use the move command to bring the rod closer to the hole so that performing the operation becomes easier for me. As happened before, when I align this rod here, running the command messes up the other aligns. To solve this problem, I use the anchor command, which locks the selected geometries in place so they do not move. After encountering this issue where our aligns were not being created, we go to the Structure tab and delete the related aligns that still exist unsuccessfully, and then we run the align command again. By deleting these items, the software automatically executed the command that had been left pending due to the failed aligns. I hope this video was useful for you. To benefit from Mr. CFD's services, including simulation, consultation, and training, visit our website and contact us via these addresses.